Are your kids always asking for snacks during the summer vacation? A common dilemma, isn't it? Fret not as we introduce a simple solution. A homemade cake. It's healthier, cost-effective, and above all, made with love. All you need are 3 main ingredients: semolina, sugar, and salt. To give it a fluffy texture, we'll use baking soda, and to bind it all together, milk. For an extra layer of sweetness, we'll prepare a sugar syrup using sugar, water, and cardamom powder. Now that we have all our ingredients ready, we can start making our cake. First, we need to prepare the cake batter. This process starts by taking our semolina. If your semolina grains are a bit on the larger side, don't worry, simply toss them into a mixer jar and give it a whirl. Once you've achieved a finer consistency, it's time to sweeten things up. Add 3/4 of a cup of sugar to the bowl. To balance out the sweetness, throw in 2 pinches of salt. Next, it's time to get things rising with half a teaspoon of baking soda. Now, to bring it all together, pour in 1½ cups of milk. Mix it well until you have a smooth, lump-free batter. Once it's nicely mixed, cover your bowl and let it sit. This soaking period is crucial. It allows the semolina to absorb all the flavors and gives us a fluffy, light cake. After letting the batter soak for half an hour, we're ready to move on to the next step. It's now time to bake our cake. All the preparation we've done is going to pay off, so let's get started. First things first, take your cake bowl and give it a generous greasing with ghee. This will ensure the cake does not stick and will come out smoothly when it's done. Once the bowl is greased, pour in the semolina mixture we prepared earlier. Now, let's add a touch of elegance. Take some almonds and decorate the top of the mixture. Not only will this look beautiful, but it will also add a delightful crunch to our soft and sweet cake. Next, we'll need to preheat our cooker. Place a stand inside and heat it on a low flame for about 10 minutes. It's important to keep the flame low. We don't want to burn our cake. After the cooker has heated, carefully place the cake bowl inside. Cover it and let the cake bake on a low flame for 30 minutes. The anticipation might be killing you, but trust me, it's worth the wait. Once the cake has baked, turn off the oven and carefully remove the cake bowl. Let it cool for about 5 minutes. We don't want to burn ourselves, do we? While our cake is cooling, we can prepare our sugar syrup. But we'll get to that in the next scene. For now, let's just admire the beauty of our freshly baked cake. While our cake cools, let's prepare our sugar syrup. To create the sugar syrup, we'll need to combine half a cup of sugar and half a cup of water in a vessel. It's essential to get the proportions right, as they will determine the sweetness and consistency of our syrup. Once we've combined these 2 ingredients, we'll add half a teaspoon of cardamom powder. The cardamom gives our syrup a delightful aroma and a hint of spice that beautifully complements the sweetness. Now we turn up the heat and begin the process of dissolving the sugar. Stir the mixture gently, making sure all the sugar is fully dissolved. This might take a few minutes, but patience is key here. You don't want to rush this step, as it could result in a grainy syrup that won't soak into our cake as effectively. As the sugar dissolves, you'll notice the mixture begin to thicken into a syrup. Once you've achieved the right consistency, not too watery but not too thick, remove the vessel from the heat. The sugar syrup is now ready. Now let's move on to finishing the cake. Carefully remove the cake from its bowl. You might need to use a knife to gently scrape around the edges to help release it. Once it's out, cut the cake into pieces. You can choose the size and shape of the pieces, squares, rectangles, or even triangles. It's entirely up to you. With the cake pieces ready, it's time to pour over our prepared sugar syrup. Make sure each piece gets a good soaking. This is what will give our cake its sweet, moist texture. After you've poured the syrup, let the cake soak for about 5 minutes. This will allow the syrup to fully penetrate the cake, ensuring that every bite is as delicious as the last. And there you have it, a delicious, sweet, soft cake that's ready to serve. Enjoy!